One Step Ahead Foundation is a philanthropic organization working for human issues irrespective of origin and country. Today's world is suffering from COVID-19 pandemic. Really? Only COVID-19? No, there are many more health issues that are in shades. Let's talk about female health and hygiene. Let's talk about menstrual cycle.
Namaste everyone, myself Dr. Tulsi Paudel, a dental surgeon from Nepal.
Hello everyone, this is me Abdul Umar Ismail. I'm among health professionals, especially MPH professional. Today I will talk about menstruation hygiene. Since we are going to May 28, which is International Menstruation Hygiene.
Menstrual hygiene is major issue around the world. So One Step Ahead Foundation collaborate with the voice of 7 different countries health professional. Let's know their view regarding menstrual hygiene.
Well, menstruation is the discharge of blood and mucosal tissue from the lining of the uterus to the vagina, which exactly occurs every month.
During the menstrual cramp, women need to go through lots of pain. The common symptoms seen during this period are headache, back pain, irritability, feeling sad or emotional, bloating and breast tenderness, and so on. Usually starts at 12 to 14 years old.
Menstrual hygiene means using free material to absorb menstrual blood that need to change often as per nature.
Menstruation is a natural phenomenon and the sign of good health of fertile women.
Menstruation, for me, the period is when a woman's body releases tissue it no longer needs. Every month, uterus lining gets thicker to prepare for fertilized egg from the woman becomes pregnant.
Menstruation topic, which is considered a taboo, is a highly acknowledged subject at the present case scenario of women's health.
As menstrual cycle is the natural phenomenon, we all need to accept it with due respect and regard to all the women around the world. I would like to accept menstrual cycle as the natural phenomenon.
Let's know how they got to know about menstruation for the first time, who visionized them about this, how they perceived and what actually it was.
When I heard about this topic, it was when I was in intermediate school in 2008.
Menstruation health was introduced and explained to me by my mother when my sister was experiencing her first menstruation cycle and I was around 8 years old at the time.
When I was at the age of 13, I was in grade 8. I got my menstruation, and at the same time, I got the opportunity to learn about the menstrual hygiene.
At the age of 14, when I was in grade 6, it was the first time I did hear about menstrual hygiene through the health education class, but back then it was a topic of science. As a healthcare professional, now I feel it is an integral and normal part of human life. Indeed, of human existence, and menstrual hygiene is fundamental to the dignity and well-being of women and girls. Let's break the silence and stigma surrounding menstruation that makes menstrual hygiene management a low priority.
I heard menstruation when I was grade school. I saw my mom using sanitary napkin. Then she taught me how to use it.
Knowing about the hygiene and care issue regarding this, what professional wants to advise to all the female around the world regarding menstrual hygiene and care.
My advice is don't be ashamed to share about your menstruation. Teach your family and society what knowledge you have gained regarding menstruation. Some women facing dysmenorrhea, it is a painful menstruation. They will have bloating in abdomen. Sometimes they face diarrhea, vomiting, and headache. At the time, they can use hot compression to reduce pain. They can drink warm water. They can do regular exercise, maintaining their diet. Always maintain cleanliness in your menstruation. Bath every day, change your pads regularly. If it's possible, change it every 2 hours.
Hygiene to be followed during menstruations are, firstly, personal hygienes like taking warm shower twice a day, changing our sanitary pads every 4 hours, keeping our private parts dry to prevent from rashes, and while we clean our private parts, It should be directed from vagina to anus.
Follow the instruction and don't use them after given number. Clean your genital area and always try to wear clean and comfortable underwear. And finally, stay hydrated and have a healthy diet.
But since you will be weak, because of the loss of blood, having high nutritious food is most important. Food like grain, vegetables, fruit salad, fish and white meat, lactate drinks, and black beans are considered as high risk for calcium and iron. Iron source food having care on personal hygiene is equally important. Using and changing the sanitary pads on time, washing the personal belongings.
During menstruation, we should take healthy diets like fruits, green vegetables, and plenty of water. Any heavy workout should be avoided. I'm sure this will help you.
My advice for female teenagers, menstruation is normal. Keep yourself fresh and clean. If you have dysmenorrhea, use hot compress or drink warm water or tea. Change always your sanitary pad. Don't eat soup. If possible, change it every 2 hours.
On the face of Menstrual Hygiene Day, I'd like to set out following measures in order to achieve menstrual hygiene. Number 1 is to keep dry by frequently changing the used tampons and napkins every 6 hours. Number 2 is to treat oneself well by ensuring proper rest, nutritious diet, and copious intake of fluid. Number 3, it is advisable to avoid consumption of any alcohol or tobacco-based products during menstruation. Number 4, it is preferable to refrain from physical and mental stress. Number 5, it is strictly suggested to avoid washing the genitalia with soap-based products. And last but not the least, we can resort to light physical exercise in order to stay calm and positive. Thank you and take care of yourselves.
So, it's time for action. Let's prioritize women's well-being and address their psychological and emotional needs and issues in menstrual health.
I suggest you all not to be ashamed of it. It is not a taboo, neither a topic of science. Feel free to talk. Be positive.
In context of Nepal, when a woman have menstruation, there's a restriction to go kitchen, temple, even she cannot touch her family. They need to hide in a small room. At last, we have to break all these myths and dignity on menstruation.
It is crucial to reduce infection, rashes in the genital area, ensure good reproductive health, and most importantly, minimize the risk of cervical cancer, which is more common in South Asia like Bangladesh.
If I talk about the Somali community don't see it as a shame. This is a bad taboo. So we have together to prevent this taboo. Thanks all. Thank you.
I cannot stop myself to add that some superstitious practice are praiseworthy, like not to touch anybody, no need to do regular household work, and so on, so that you can have enough rest. But need to stay overnight at Chowpuri is bullshit.
Change your pads 4 hourly. Surely it depends upon your flow of your period, but remember to change it often. Change reusable pads properly.
If we don't follow this hygiene, we may get infected and may lead to vaginitis, UTI, etc.
And there should not have space for the people to create social stigma around menstrual cycle.
It's time for action.
It's time for action.
It's time for action.
It's time for action.
And now, time for us women.
It's time for action.
It's time for action.
It's time for action.